Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls, welcome. Today we're working on twin flames and separation. This is going to be for Gemini in separation with either a Libra or an Aquarius. So this will be for air signs. And I'm going to leave timestamps. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to start with Gemini and Libra, and this will be for separation. We'll talk about sort of energies leading up to separation, what the connection sort of was, feels like, is. Maybe some energies now that are happening in separation, some thoughts and feelings. We'll talk about maybe some shadows that, excuse me, you or this person have that need to be worked on or worked out in separation. We'll talk about soul lessons, maybe some major events surrounding the connection, and whatever else I feel drawn to pull out for you guys. Excuse me, guys. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink, and you'll hear me do that from time to time. My mouth does get a little dry when I'm talking. All right, let's get into this. Gemini and Libra. Energies leading up to separation. All right. Hold on a second here. All right, so I feel like Gemini, now keep in mind this can resonate for masculines or feminines. It doesn't matter, just the messages matter, okay? I feel like Gemini energy is very stuck energy. I feel like they are very, like, they hold on to themselves, okay? They're very set in their ways. They hold on to themselves. They hold on to their ideals, their traditions, their values. I feel like they can't be moved about certain things, okay? And my brother's a Gemini, and I love Gemini. I think they're phenomenal people. But sometimes you guys can get stuck in your heads a lot, okay? So that's what I'm picking up the energy here. Being stuck in your head a bit, okay? Where, you want to have joy and happiness and you feel it and you want it, but you're just unsure. There could be past hurts that you're holding on to, things from the past that, still surface or bug you or bother you at times. I also feel like you could be a bit in an energy where you're a little argumentative if you feel like you're not being heard, okay? So there's something about this not being heard. That's what I'm getting. Off the bat, not being heard. And I feel like nothing would make you happier than to have somebody truly understand you, Gemini. I mean, really get you at your core. All right. Libra is in a different energy. Libra loves luxury and they love to feel good about themselves and their surroundings and what they have and what they've worked for. Libra's in a more independent energy. Okay, normally Gemini and Libra is not a bad connection, but there could be sometimes too much air. And too much air, we get blowing smoke up somebody's ass about things. Okay, sometimes that happens where we just say what we think the other wants to hear. There's a little bit of that here too. I feel like Libra is open to sort of talking here or communicating here, but I also feel like Gemini's the runner and I feel like Libra's the chaser, but I also feel like Libra's more in a self-focused energy where they're doing their own thing, okay? I'm doing me. That's Libra's energy. I'm doing me. Very much enjoying the fruits of her labor. I'm picking up on divine feminine being the Libra, divine masculine being the Gemini. It could resonate the other way. Don't worry if it doesn't or it does. The messages, guys. It's all about the messages. Yeah, Libra's in an energy where they're like, I'm on top of my game. And they are wanting to continue in this energy, okay? So that could have put a little damper on this. I mean, I'm getting a timing thing. I feel like both these two are a little bit turned away from each other. Their energies are turned away from each other, okay? So that, to me, I feel like this is a longer separation. I feel like this has been going on longer than 3 months, okay? I feel like they're both trying to find themselves in different ways. I feel like, yes, there's money, things, and career and stuff like that. And I feel like there's some, sort of trying to get over old ways like holding on to old ways, holding on to ego type things, holding on to belief systems. I feel like that's a little bit of a problem. But I feel like there could be a chance for love again, okay? I'm not saying that this is all like in the toilet. I feel like there's a chance for that. I feel like Libra still loves Gemini. And I feel like Gemini is just a little bit closed off right now. I feel like they're just trying to figure out what they need to make themselves happy, and they don't know what that is. All right, so let's see. Get an affirmation for Gemini. Look, I give and receive for the universal good. I can deal with whatever comes my way. So they're like, I feel like working on themselves, giving up old habits, old ways, old thoughts, old patterns, old beliefs. They're struggling with it though, and it's a test of strength for them. I also feel like in the past they were a bit too giving to a fault, okay? And Libra's affirmations, I will follow my own path. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that Libra is carving their own path. I stand my ground and look for peace. So I feel like they're in the career world. They're really trying to like rock shit, okay? I feel like Libra's in a total, I'm doing better for me. I'm getting more money for me. I'm going to pursue my dreams, my passions, that sort of thing. And Gemini is just working really, really hard, I feel like, on opening up more. There's some conflict around this. I feel like, this is all about taking the time. Four of Swords is usually a break, a timeout period, usually indicates a separation for me in a twin flame reading. So I'm feeling like this is need to kind of just like chill and let things happen and let ideas come to you and let new clarities come to you and carve your own paths in life. All right. So let's check out some shadows possibly for these two. We'll do the divine masculine. Shadows for the divine masculine. Now, shadows are like the things that need to be worked out. They could be a core wound or a soul wound that is carried into this life from this person, and sort of a main focus area, like a shadow that they need to sort of work out. So for Gemini, let's see what we're getting. Oh, fear of exclusion. I always felt like I didn't fit in. Wow, I like that. And we also got irresponsible. I fear failure, and I choose not to try. Interesting. So I feel like, yeah, I could pick up a little bit on that energy from Gemini where sometimes, Gemini wants it a little easier because they feel like things in life are very difficult and change is difficult for them. And coming out of their comfort zones is difficult for them. And commitment is difficult for them sometimes because they don't want to ever be held back. But I'm feeling like this person has some wounds that have a little bit deeper root, like security, and I'm getting like insecurities and maybe it's like some self-love. I also feel like they don't want to put in responsibility if they think that somebody's not going to stay or stick it out with them. I almost feel like they self-sabotage a little bit sometimes. So let's get the divine feminine. Stubbornness. I only hear what I want to. And we've got fear of rejection. I act like I don't care because I fear rejection. So there's some fears and I feel like some insecurities. So that's what's being mirrored. So this is my Mirror of Shadows Oracle. So that's exactly what I feel was mirrored to these two. Now these messages can resonate on either side to you. One of them, maybe not both. Just take what resonates, guys. Don't worry about the things that don't. So what's a major event that was surrounding this connection? Major event, a major theme, something that we need to know majorly. All right, and this is the Quantum Oracle. Love this deck. All right, let's see. We've got deserving. So I feel like both of you are deserving of love and an equal, nurturing relationship, but I feel like you have to go out into the world and realize your self-worth, both of you. I feel like you have to go out into the world and sort of make yourselves happy with whatever that's going to be, your material success or power, adjusting to new steps in life, meeting new friends, meeting new people, going new places in life, traveling, doing those sorts of things. So this is a chance look, travel. This is a chance in separation to see the world and experience things, okay? I feel like this connection, very powerful connection, but a little bit immature. Immature, I mean needing growth. It's like a seedling that needs to become a giant oak tree. So that's going to take some time and some effort on both of your parts. I hope that this was helpful. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Now, let's get on to Aquarius and Gemini, okay? Aquarius and Gemini. Let's see what's going on in this connection, okay? Let's see. Some energy possibly leading up to this separation. Some things that maybe we need to know about this connection. Let's see what we're getting here. Now, it can resonate male or female, divine masculine, divine feminine. You know, whichever side resonates with you is meant for you, okay? So don't worry about titles, genders, any of that. Just worry about what you hear that you feel hits home. Gemini's doing self-work. Gemini is doing self-work. Okay, we're going to keep that card for Gemini. I'm being told to keep that card by spirit. All right, so look at this. This is Gemini is busted their ass their whole life, I feel like. Gemini's never had it easy. They've had problems in the past. They've had problems in past relationships. They've had problems with feeling like anybody really understands them or gets them 100%. But they do this self-work. I feel like they are a hardworking person. I feel like they bust their ass. To me, this says like earning to learn to earn, and possibly going back to school or getting more education for a career, or to up their resources in life, okay, to be becoming even more resourceful than they already are. I feel like in this whole connection, they feel very connected to the past of it all. They reflect back on it very fondly. I don't know if this is past life. I kind of feel like it's definitely you shared a lifetime together, another lifetime together. I also feel like this is inner child stuff that needs to be cleared up or healed. I don't know if Gemini is a little fearful of commitment because of something from childhood, like parents divorced or there was a messy divorce, something like that. Or if they just feel like they're never really ready to fully commit because they don't want it to fail, is what I'm getting. But they feel left out in the cold here from this whole experience. With Aquarius, they feel very left out in the cold. I feel like they feel I did everything I could and it wasn't good enough. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like, I did all this shit. I worked hard at this. I pushed. I did, but it wasn't good enough. My timing, everything didn't sync up right, if that makes any sense, okay? So I also feel like they are a bit stubborn, Gemini. I am going to say that. I love you guys so much. I have a Gemini brother, and I'm a Gemini ascending, so I know. And look, so like what I feel at the core is that Gemini needed somebody to like take the wheel a little bit here. Like, they've struggled their whole life. I feel like they needed it to be easy a little bit. So sort of like when this connection came into them, it overwhelmed them. It overwhelmed them so much. Because I feel like it scared the crap out of them, okay, is what I'm getting. And I just feel like right now, they're not really open to anything because they're having so much forethought from the past. Aquarius, on the other hand, wants a deeper connection. Aquarius is looking for a partner, not just, sex partner or a casual partner. They're looking for the one, okay? Aquarius, I do feel like, believes this is twin flame. I feel like this is a very strong connection. I am sort of getting more twin flame vibe than anything else. Yeah, I feel like more than anything else, this is twin flame. When you guys came together, it felt really, really good. Aquarius was like, damn, this is the one. I feel like Aquarius knew right away. Off the bat, they knew. They're like, this is the one, no doubt about it. And they wanted to like race to this person. And they also felt like things were going great and on the right track. And then something happened and Aquarius walked away. Okay, so I don't know if there was too much reminiscing about the past going on for Gemini, or they were just very involved in their path, outside of love path, like their career path or their job or something like that, is what I'm getting. So it definitely interrupted this connection. So let's see sort of like some affirmations for both of you guys. Let's see. All right, Gemini, we've got, I can see this situation in another way. Wow. I choose my battles carefully. I feel like Gemini does never want to be challenged, okay? If you challenge a Gemini, you're going to pay the wrath, man. So I feel like they might have a little anger issues that they're working out, okay? Nothing major, nothing serious. I feel like this is a lesson sort of for them to sort of see things differently in terms of how they argue with somebody or what they place emphasis on, arguments, or if something is really worth their time to fight about, okay? So I feel like, they are very fair and balanced and just and all of that. This to me is saying, though, that they're sacrificing for something. In some way, they might have felt like they sacrificed a lot for Aquarius, and they didn't, because Aquarius doesn't feel that way. So I think Aquarius got fed up and walked away and was like, I have to find a way to make myself happy no matter what that is. Yeah, I manifest multiple opportunities, Aquarius. When I show my work, others give support. Aquarius is working on their money situation, their community. Like, I feel like they might have a community job, or they do something very important where they're always social and around a lot of people. Aquarius has a humanitarian nature. I wouldn't be surprised if they were in some type of a charity work. But I'm getting Aquarius is like, I got to go do me. I got to work on me. I got to work on my job, my money, my career, all of that. I got to get tight and right. And Gemini is more like in this suspended state where they just don't know. They didn't act on it. Should they, shouldn't they have? They're like, I shoulda, I didn't. I coulda, I woulda. A lot of that energy is coming through. I feel like Gemini has a lot of regrets here. All right. So let's look at some shadows. Now, shadows can be more things that need to be worked out in separation, things that you mirrored to each other that are, deeper wounds that need to be healed, that sort of thing. All right. So let's see what we're getting here. So I'm going to give this a quick shuffle. Each of these energies. Let's see what we're getting. All right. Gemini. I'm deeply insecure. So Gemini feels unworthy a lot. I feel like that might be why in the past they busted their ass. And they always felt like they never got enough or had enough. Something in Gemini's life was like never enough is what I'm getting. Like they bust their ass, do. Good for everybody. And then they turn around at the end of the day and they just feel like they never have enough. And we've got inadequacy wounds. Wow. I feel as if I'm not enough sometimes. I just said that. I can't even believe this. And I was shuffling, so I'm not making this up. I feel like Gemini is a little bit in self-pity right now. I feel like they're in woe. They're like, oh, maybe I wasn't good enough for Aquarius. That's what I'm getting now. They felt that like they weren't good enough, like they weren't going to be good enough. And they have fear of failure, okay? So Aquarius, lack of self-love. I feel I am unlovable sometimes. Wow. And procrastination. I have a hard time making decisions. Now, this is the mirror of Shadows Oracle, my mirror of Shadows Oracle. So these energies could mirror. You could be like, I'm Gemini, but I like Aquarius's mirror. I'm Aquarius, but I like Gemini's mirror. That makes more sense to me. And look, guys, we all have wounds. Let's be adults here. It's not fluffy bunnies on these cards. These cards are telling us real life lessons. They're picking at our core to try to get us to realize what we need to do once and for all to make ourselves have peace and happiness in life and love. That's what the cards are here for. So let's get a major event sort of surrounding this. Major event, something major that, Spirit wants us to know about this connection. Let's get that. All right. Oh, courage. Wow. So divine masculine needs to move forward with courage. Interesting, because I feel like they are afraid sometimes a lot. That failure really speaks volumes to them. That fear of the unknown speaks volumes to Gemini. Gemini likes clear, concise pictures. I have it in my birth chart, and I know it's like one of my strongest signs for communicating. And I need to know things. I can't sit in the dark. I'm not one of those people. I don't know if that resonates with you guys. Comment if it does. I hate sitting in the dark and not knowing. That's Gemini. But that's this dark Gemini. That's the dark. And that's you in your suit of armor going forward. You have all these cards for that. Look, we're getting another Knight of Swords card. So I feel like it's so important for you to face that dark. Don't be afraid. Challenge yourself to do it. At the end of the light, at the end of the tunnel, I feel like whatever it is you're going through, Gemini, that interrupted this beautiful connection with your twin or your soul connection person, it's at the end of this tunnel. So you have to fight through some things for yourself and fight through some demon things and some shadow things and challenge yourself. And you're going to get to this beautiful point at the end where you're so proud of yourself that you had courage to do this and go on. What are we getting for Aquarius? We've got a conscious of lack. So Aquarius, you also feel a little bit not enough, not good enough. I feel like you bust your ass too, Aquarius. You work very, very hard, and somewhere it's just not enough. There's lacking. You are worth more, okay? When this card comes up, it might have to do with career. It could also have to do with love, but I feel like you are worth more than what you're getting. And I don't know if you have a partner or you're in a partnership type of a business or connections that you have to meet people a lot or do whatever, but I feel like you're not getting paid what you're worth. All right. That's what this has to do with. And I also feel like when it comes to love, you want to be loved like you're worth. Does that make sense? I know I sound crazy sometimes when I talk, guys, but like, in other words, you need to be filled by someone's love. Okay. You want them to fill it for you. But what I'm getting is you have to meet it halfway. Okay. So you're responsible to fill that with no matter what you need to fill it with to make yourself have that full tank of self-love, if that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense, guys. Hope I don't sound like I'm babbling ever at times, guys. So let's get some soul lessons and we'll sort of tie this up. So Gemini is here to understand about motivation. That makes a lot of sense because I feel like with that courage card to go forward, it is going to take a lot of motivation and courage to motivate yourself to even make baby steps and whatever it is, you want to go after. Because I feel like this is the most troubling card for me, for you, Gemini, because to me, it feels like you're always struggling. You're left out in the cold. You might be facing poverty type situation. You might be facing joblessness. I mean, we're going through a horrible pandemic. So there's some things that I feel like, Gemini, you're going to be forced to do for yourself that will only help you. And experience emotions. So it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel scared. Instead of burying the feelings, Spirit wants you to feel the feelings. And Aquarius, we've got gratitude. And you've got courage. So making moves, I feel like, in different areas of your life, Aquarius, that will help you fill up any voids that you feel like you have, okay? And make you more whole. And I feel like both of your vibrations will raise, okay? And that you'll have a chance to sort of talk and discuss this again at some point. I feel like you guys will come back together to experience more together, okay, is what I'm getting. Yeah, we've got 7 of Wands. I actively hold true to my values. You guys have to do some fighting on your own, okay, if that makes any sense. Like, not that life is a fight, but I feel like you've got to do some fighting for the things that you want and the things that you want to see and manifest in order to come back together, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. Please let me know what you think. And if you're a Gemini, send me a message in the comments, and I will definitely do a special Gemini twin flame reading. That would be very interesting. Twin flames, Gemini. And don't forget to check the link in my description box, guys, so you can see my private reading information that I'll leave for you, and also a twin flame separation support group I started on Facebook. And love and light to everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. See you soon.